Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, and Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone. And salutation to all the Arkin that's wishing the truth uncut and raw. Waking leg to the third, I'm not sure about ball. And this topic is the dragon and his angels are going to lose so bad, all right, to Yahawashi and his angels, all right. That's why you see the so-called white man have his space force. All right, they're all together. That's why Russia and America got their nukes pointing out to space is to fight against Yahawashi. All right, that's why Ronald Reagan, the quote of Ronald Reagan, I'm paraphrasing it. He said, if we have a foreign threat, we not put our differences and to come together and fight against the foreign threat. And that's speaking of Yahawashi, who you could call Jesus Christ when he comes back with his angels. When Yahweh, who you could call God or Jehovah, whose name Yahweh means he exists. And he give this first we're gonna say Yahawashi, who you could call Jesus Christ. All right, Yahawashi means he saves the green light. All right, to crack the clouds and conquer the earth. All right, because the earth is for Yahawashi. All right, the earth is for Yahawashi, and you're gonna be joint heirs. The elect, Lord, when part of the elect, be joint heirs with Yahawashi. All right, but Yahawashi gonna come with the host of angels and take dominion. All right, and put down all these other kings. All right, starting with Esau, Edom, and the other heathens into subjection. That's why the Lord is gonna be called the King of Kings. All right, Babylon is not gonna be able to rule when Yahawashi tries to bring peace and righteousness. So I'm gonna go to Revelations 12 and 7, and there was war in heaven. All right, in the heavens, you got this first heaven, second heaven, third heavens. All right, but it's in the heavens or in the sky. All right, Michael and his angels. Michael is one of the archangels under Yahawashi, fought against the dragon, and the dragon is what? The EU and NATO. All right, the beast. All right, and the dragon fought with his angels. And his angels is the other heathens. All right, and prevail not against who? Yahawashi and his angels, because they come with spiritual powers. Esau see things of this world and a limit of men. It has a cap. There's a limit. See, with spiritual power, there's no limit. All right, there's no cap. So Esau, all right, say he has space. Let's say he got his probably UFOs and fire jets, whatever flying objects that he had to fight against Yahawashi. They're limited. See, with the chariots can stop with a dime. All right, they can be going east, and within 1 second they could go up. They could go up. All right, to the heavens. More to the heavens. They can stop in the dime. They could go into water and come back. They manipulate what you call physics. What you call, basically, let's say it like this: they're not limited to gravity. That's what you're fighting against, Esau. That's why it says they didn't prevail, because you have a cap. You have a limit of your technology, of your power. All right. So I'm going. And they prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Why? How have you fallen, O Lucifer, the son of the morning? All right, and that Lucifer is light bearing. Speaking of the elites, falling what? They falling down out of power. Is this him that had the nations in derision? All right, because the nations were scared of Esau. All right, but hey, Esau is going to be destroyed by Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. All right, I'm gonna go to the one where it says Yahawashi. So Revelation 17 and let's start at 12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings. The 10 horns going into what? NATO, the EU, or really the EU. All right. Which had received no kingdom as yet, but received power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind and shall give their power to the strength unto the beast. So they all came together and form an alliance, unite. The EU. All right. We had 14. This shall make war with the Lamb, who you call Jesus Christ Yahawashi, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is the Lord of lords, the kings of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful, speaking of the elect. All right. Yahawashi is going to destroy the beast. All right. NATO and the EU and all the other nations, and because they're going to be fighting World War III amongst themselves. Yahawashi is going to crack the clouds. And then when Yahawashi crack the cloud, they're gonna stop fighting World War III, and what I said, like Reagan, and join together to do him. All right, that comes out of the Mayans, the water, Shemayim. So let's get in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. 2nd Ezra 13 and 1. I'm going to read that 1. And it came to pass that the 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. Oh, no, man, I was not coughing. I'm coughing out of Sunday. Salakia. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the ways thereof, speaking about the fathership. All right. And I beheld, and lo, a man wet strong with thousands of heaven, and his Yahawashi, and thousands of heaven on it, the angels, the hosts, angels. And when he turned his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him, wailing, gnashing their teeth. The Lord gonna be cutting these people, man. All right. Laser beam concentration heat from the laser beam from the mouth of the chariots, man. And it's gonna go into it and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth with fire. And speaking of the concentration heat from the mouth of the chariots, all right, zapping you niggas. All right. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men. Speaking of all the nations, other nations, now with Esau, Edom, and the other nations, all right, that are fighting in World War III. All right. Number of the four winds in heaven to subdue the man that came out to sea. So try to subdue Yahawashi and the angels. But I beheld, and lo, he was graved. He had graved himself so like a great mountain that flew upon it. Ezra thought it was a mountain. That's how big it was. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven. I could not. That's how big the fathership was. Every eye shall see. And after this beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid. They were afraid. They are scared. Yet they durst fight. The Lord put a spirit upon them to fight against him, just as he hardened Pharaoh's heart. All right. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held his sword nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sucked out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, man. And that's speaking of concentration heat from the mouth of the chariots, the laser beam. Give me a second, Akim. All right. 11. And there were all mixed together the blast, the fire, the flame, the breath. The great tempest fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. While I saw this, I was afraid. So it was a bunch of great, whole multitude of soldiers, coming to fight against Yahawashi. But Yahawashi cast that laser beam from the mouth, or the concentration heat from the mouth of the chariots, and smoked them niggas. Where Ezra said the only thing he seen it was just perceived dust and smoke. The Lord smoked them niggas, man. Afterward saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and called to him the other peaceable multitude that elect of the house of Israel. All right, I'll jump where say a rim. I want to jump to 31. And one shall undertake the fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And this is a realm, and the spiritual, the heavens is a spiritual realm, and they're gonna collide. And Yahawashi and his angels are gonna win, where Esau, Edom, and his angels are gonna be destroyed and defeated. So a quick lesson through the spirit. I'm going to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahawashi, by Hashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, and salutations to all the architects that's pushing the truth. All kind of raw. Waking leg comes to third, come my show about Baal Shalom.